Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Infinite Series, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Winter Soldier. To some extent, the bad guy from the Captain America Winter Soldier movie. It's kind of gray. I know it's more gray than anything else. He does come with an alternate head. He comes with a firearm, which looks to be some sort of rifle, and comes with a final leg needed to build and complete Mandroid. This is recommended for ages 4 and up, as it is a choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years of age. Not recommended for ages under 3 years of age, yet recommended for ages 4 and up. I guess that's right. Down below, Matt Hasbro, but on the back of the package, the read-up for Winter Soldier, mysterious shadow from Steve Rogers' past returns to haunt his present. Only time will tell if the Winter Soldier is friend or foe. Other figures available in this particular set. First wave consisted of Marvel Now Captain America. You also had the Agents of Hydra, the Agents of Soldiers of AIM. Then the Revision wave consists of Black Widow, Captain America, and Winter Soldier. For everything Hasbro, you can head over to www.hasbro.com. You can also head over to www.marvel.com, which you'll find all the information you ever wanted to know about Captain America. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, we're going to complete Mandroid and have a look at Winter Soldier. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. So the final piece of Mandroid comes included with the Winter Soldier, that being the final leg of the piece. Let's bring in the almost completed Mandroid. We'll take the lower leg. I say lower leg. Legs are usually located in the lower area of the body. Unless you have legs on your forehead. Maybe you were made in a laboratory, and that's possible. The legs, though, extremely hard to get in. I had this problem before with the Captain America as well. It takes a little bit of finesse. Now, it takes a little bit of finesse to get it in. Let's just pause the camera. Spot to actually get the leg on, and you guys don't have to sit and watch me suffer through it. But there's the fully finished Mandroid. Yes, it still looks like a Horde trooper. I'm sure I'll discuss that further later when we have a look at the piece. Moving that aside, his review will be coming later. Let's just put him to the side. Pick up poor Winter Soldier that keeps falling. Yes, there is no display stands. That's a good obvious observation that you had made. Yeah, he doesn't come with any sort of display stand. Neither did Black Widow or Captain America. He's a good-looking figure, though. Really good-looking figure. I mean, we had a look already at the 3 3/4-inch version of Winter Soldier, which really, I guess, is about the same look. I mean, there really wasn't much different to him. He did have the mask on. This one doesn't have just only the mask. He does also have an alternate face, which you can just unpeg the head quite easily. Nice large ball joint. You don't have to worry about it breaking or anything like that. And you just peg the head in. Now, I personally don't like this head one bit. It doesn't even quite look like the actor. It just looks like a long-haired guy with kind of just black smeared around his eye area there. Is it something I would be having him displayed with? Absolutely not. Not even close. But I like that you at least get options. If anybody had displayed him with this head, do let me know down below. But if I would say more often than not, you're probably going to swap this head with the more cooler New Goblin style face with a little mask there. Which I like the look of him. I think he really was cool in the movie. He doesn't come with any weapons other than this large red rifle. I'm surprised actually we get this color of rifle, which I think actually is just, could be a slight, I think it's the exact same rifle that came with, what, the Soldiers of AIM? I think it was I think it was the Hydra Soldier that came with this gun, but just colored it in green. They just to say, hey, you know what? Let's just reuse the rifle and give it to Winter Soldier here. He does hold it. One of his hands is, both of his hands really are designed to hold trigger handled weapons, being the fact that their fingers are all extended to reach a trigger. And you can get something, you can get him holding the rifle, or this futuristic looking gun. I mean, it's all right, but I mean, I'm not going to display it with him. It'd been cool if he had come with some of those discs that he was throwing and they were getting stuck under the car, or even just give him regular weapons. They decided instead to give him some red, weird-looking thing. Anyways, his arm is pretty neat. His robotic arm. It's a nice detailing on the side there with... It almost looks like they panel lined it as well. They filled in some of those little crevices with a darker wash just to bring out some of the details in the arm. But really, as a whole, it's a good looking piece. Very muted in color too, because it's got the light brown, it's got the dark brown. There's really not a lot of splashy colors. This is not something I'm going to look at and say, wow, this figure is really splashing with color. It does have a few accents here and there. It's got the red star on his shoulder. He's got a little bit of the gold on his wrist area there. But yeah, the majority of the figure is pretty bland. There's not really a lot going on with him. Again, though, just because he doesn't have a lot of color doesn't mean he's a great looking figure. Detail, though, he really makes up for it. His belt area, as well as this strapped area here, are all loose pieces. They're not actually sculpted into the figure, which adds a little bit of depth to it, too. I'm liking that it's not just a sculpted piece. Articulation on the Winter Soldier. His head does rotate left and right, up and down, although extremely stiff, this socket right here. The shoulders are also on a hinge socket as well. They rotate forward, back, out, swivel in the bicep, double bend at the elbow, swivel and bend in the hand. When you get to the upper torso, well, he does have a crunch hinge. Big hinge socket right here allows the torso to move up and down, left and right on the waist swivel. And then as for the legs, this one leg is so stiff I can barely move it, but this leg goes forward. Both legs go forward, back, out. Double bend at the knee, also at that swivel in the thigh as well. A swivel and hinge in the foot, moves up and down, swivel left and right as well. No display stands, which is such a shame. Wish they'd actually come with display stands, but I mean, if you've been collecting Marvel Legends long enough, you probably have a whole ton of display stands that you can display him with. And lastly, and certainly not least, the comparison, there's Captain America, movie Captain, and Winter Soldier together again. Friends before, enemies now, possibly going to be friends again. But a nice combination between the two. I mean, really such a mass difference in sculpt and paint between the Winter Soldier and Captain America. Oh, and also for good measure, there's Black Widow as well. A great revision of figures. It's a shame, really, that the revision wave had all the movie figures instead of it being the other way around. Amazing Spider-Man, we kind of got quasi Spider-Man and quasi Electro from the movie, but they were kind of still very heavily rooted in comic book design. Whereas these ones definitely look more so like they were taken right out from the movie. Are they perfect? Not really. I mean, is Winter Soldier someone I'm going to still display? Absolutely. He's still a great looking figure. It's a shame really that his legs can't move. This one leg, again, really stiff. And also a shame that he didn't come with more weapons. But still, Winter Soldier, I'm going to give him an 8.5. Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Infinite Series Captain America Winter Soldier. We're having a look today at Winter Soldier. Don't be going anywhere, guys. Spot's going to still have the review of the Mandroid heading your way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.